This is simply incredible. To provide Pakistanis with affordable and durable excavator parts, the small roadside workshop has started making highly cost-effective excavator buckets from dismantled ship steel plates. The discarded old ship steel plates you see here are used as raw material for making excavator buckets. The workers will remove the steel plates from the ships according to the required size. Then they are immediately transported back by this recently repaired scrap truck. Next they need to carefully and patiently mark the lines on the steel plates. As anyone who has seen my videos knows, this thickness of steel plate is difficult to cut, so the workers bring in a track cutting machine. They cut along the marked lines on the steel plates. This not only makes the cutting easier, but also ensures the precision of the dimensions. Since the excavator bucket is made from several steel plates welded together, different thickness steel plates need to be cut according to the requirements. Once the steel plates are cut, they need to be transported to a dedicated bending factory via tricycle. Here workers will first mark the bending lines on the steel plates according to the proper spacing. Then they use an overhead crane to move the steel plates into the bending machine. Next the cutting head is aligned with the marks and the steel plates are bent. After each bend a template is used to carefully compare the shape, ensuring the steel plate's bend is flawless. Now the part being bent is the back plate which connects to the excavator bucket. After marking the bending lines on the back plate, it is bent into the required shape. After the steel plate is bent, since the bottom of the bucket will be slightly narrower, the workers will mark the bottom plate, and use a cutting gun to carefully cut along the marked lines. Then they will use an angle grinder to carefully polish it. Next the workers need to attach the shoe plate to the front of the bottom plate. This process requires patience to adjust the position to ensure it is level with the bottom plate. Then they weld it in place using triangular steel plates. Next, they weld the side plates which are used to strengthen the vibrating structure. During this process the workers will use a threaded support rod to adjust the distance between the two sides, ensuring they are perfectly symmetrical. Once the side plates are welded, the workers will attach the back plate to the top of the bucket. Then they use electric welding to fix it. Next the workers bring over the side plates for the bucket. After carefully adjusting their position they weld them onto the bottom plate. Then they can use a cutting gun to trim off the excess steel plate along the upper edge. Meanwhile on the other side another worker is making the ear plates for connecting the bucket to the excavator. After cutting the steel plate along the marked lines to shape the ear plates, they are placed on the lathe where a boring tool is used to drill holes to ensure the inner hole size meets the requirements. Once the ear plates are finished they can be assembled with the bucket pin, and the position is determined before welding it onto the back plate. Next the workers will weld the shoe on the shoe plate according to the appropriate distance. To make the bucket more durable and wear resistant, the workers will use a crane to flip the bucket upside down, and weld wear resistant plates of appropriate width onto the bottom. Then they cut away the excess steel plate from the sides, and use electric welding to fully weld the seams of the entire bucket. This strengthens the overall structure of the bucket, making it more wear resistant and durable. Once the welding is complete, the workers install the bucket teeth on the tooth seats using tooth pins. Then they begin carefully polishing the bucket. Finally they apply paint to it. At this point the making of the bucket is complete. So after watching the entire process, what do you think of the quality of this bucket? Follow my channel for more exciting shares in the next video.